in Egypt, pushing for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and for Hamas to release all the hostages taken in the October terror attack as Israel keeps waging war.
The fighting at the Al-Shifa hospital near Gaza City continues. Israel's military calls it precise operational activity. It says 50 of what it describes as Hamas terrorists were eliminated, taking the total killed to over 140 since Monday. Soldiers also found Hamas infrastructure and weapon stores, rifles, machine guns, mortars, grenades, RPGs, and combat gear all seized.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Ukraine shot down all the missiles Russia launched at the capital Kyiv overnight, but falling debris did damage and injured at least 13 Ukrainians. More Americans will be flown or helicoptered out of Haiti today, escaping a country overrun by gang violence. This man among the 14 who got out on a flight to Florida.
We're finally reunited with Julian, our 2-year-old son. It took about 2.5 weeks, so the days were turning into weeks, the weeks were turning into months, but we're very grateful.
There's a new vacancy on Georgia's death row. Willie Pye got a lethal injection late last night without saying any last words. The state's first execution since a COVID pause. Pye was convicted of murdering an ex-girlfriend in 1996. In Idaho, an escaped prisoner remains on the run along with the man who helped free him.
The possibilities are they could be anywhere at this point.
Boise's Police Chief Ron Weiniger on the search for escaped inmate Skylar Mead and the suspect who helped him escape by shooting up a transport team that was about to return Mead to prison from a hospital visit.
Fox's Jack Callahan. Mead's a white supremacist in a prison gang who was serving a 20-year sentence for battery. We all might live a little longer. The U.S. life expectancy rate rose in 2022 after dropping for 2 years because of COVID. The CDC's new age, 77.5. America's listening to Fox News.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
President Biden will campaign in Texas today. After a trip to Arizona, he says will lead to a big change.
Even though we invented the most advanced chips, we make 0% of them today.
While visiting an Intel facility in Arizona, the president announced $8 billion in grants that will help the semiconductor manufacturer make advanced computing chips in the U.S. for the first time in decades. Congress has some work to do today and tomorrow, finalizing funding to keep the government open. And the last 6 spending bills, House and Senate leaders worked out compromises on.
The text for the 1,000-plus page bill that would fund 70% of the government through September dropped in the middle of the night. Congress has until midnight Friday to avoid a partial government shutdown, so Speaker Mike Johnson would have to waive the 72-hour rule, which allows members that amount of time to read the bill. Johnson touted the bill's cuts to foreign aid and its elimination of funds for the United Nations Relief and Works Agency amid allegations that some of its staff members are members of Hamas. Democrats say the bill avoids devastating cuts to certain programs. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise again. Futures are higher. Of course, that would add to the record highs set for the Dow and the Nasdaq in yesterday's rally, reacting to the Federal Reserve decision not to cut interest rates yet.
Inflation has eased substantially while the labor market has remained strong. And that is very good news. But inflation is still too high. Ongoing progress in bringing it down is not assured. And the path forward is uncertain.
Fed Chairman Jerome Powell says they still plan 3 interest rate cuts later this year after all the increases to lower inflation. Nobody won the Powerball jackpot again last night, so it grows again. $50 million next time. Tomorrow's Mega Millions prize just shy of $1 billion, the 10th largest U.S. lottery jackpot ever. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
That's why I didn't play. I didn't play because nobody won. I said, why would I waste my $2 when nobody's going to win?
Darn it.
Yeah, so Yeah, off we go. And off we go onto the show, kind of antsy today. It is March 21. Illinois opens their Big Ten, their NCAA March.
Yes.
I hope.
We are the Big Ten champions.
I hope it's a March. Let's go. Greg Sollier coming up.
Here's a look at local news. Voter turnout much lower than expected for Illinois primary elections this week. The president and former President Trump won the state's presidential primary. State Supreme Court Justice Joy Cunningham expected to win her bid for a full term as she won the Democratic primary. Champaign School District Board of Education now down another member. Mark Tees resigned yesterday from the board in an email Tuesday night. The 7-member board now has 5. Earlier this month, another board member, Jamar Brown, resigned from his position. The Board of Education working to appoint his seat. A 17-year-old male from Savoy arrested in connection to a shooting Monday night. Champaign County Sheriff's Office responded to shots fired near Prairie Fields Park. Deputies searched the area for evidence of a shooting and found shell casings in the intersection, Gentian and Prairie Rose. They also found a parked car unrelated to the incident that had been damaged by the gunfire. And that's a check of what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, good morning. It is 7:06. I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey.
Hello.
Off and running we go. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they remind you the ukulele jam, the toddler art, the teen hangout. These are all some of the options that you have that are free programs, the nature hikes and more. Just look it up, urbanaparks.org.
Well, we're all kind of keyed up here. Illinois plays today, Mr. Solier. They're in Omaha, Nebraska. We play at 2:10.
Okay.
And, I got some Brad Underwood. And one difference than the other years, he says, nobody's sick. We're healthy.
Right.
Because
I saw him cracking some jokes. And
no, it was
relaxed and seeming like, let's go.
And so some reporter, Mr. Meteorologist, said, what do your players say about your lack of success?
What?
You just haven't done very well in the tournament.
Why do we want to dwell on that?
Right.
Well, he said they don't know history. I mean, it's a new team.
Good answer.
He said the only way they know anything is you guys bring it up.
That's right.
It's just it's the elephant in the room. The other day he said, I'm not here to check off Sweet 16 done. He said, I'm here to win national championships.
Every
there
year.
You go.
Let's just do this.
And this team,
one sole focus.
If you play the second half like we played against Nebraska, and I understand that was unbelievable, but that's the level where if you play like that, you beat UConn, you beat Houston, you beat anybody. So it's there. And it's we're one of the best offensive. You have to score the ball, they say. You have to score the ball. We're like second or third most efficient in scoring the ball in America. It's a very good basketball team. I just don't want it to end, please. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't talk reunions. I don't want to hear about that. I want to say, let's just keep going. Can we?
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of fun. All right, Mr. Greg Solier. We have coolish temperatures, but again, nothing to complain about.
Yep, and if you're going to make a last-minute dash out there towards Omaha, they currently sit at a temperature of 30 degrees. Organized snows well to the north out of the Dakotas, up towards the Twins, through Wisconsin. Even the southern end of that may catch areas out towards Rockford with 3 or 4 inches of snow on colder surfaces between today and tomorrow morning in particular. And probably if you're going to stick around there, Omaha, that is, later this week and into the weekend, things will again get a little more problematic with another in a string of these late season storms. Wintry for those folks on northward through the upper Midwest and Great Lakes areas, northern plains where there's been an absence of snow this winter season. And around here, the beat goes on, ups and downs on temperature and no shortage of moisture around it either, of which includes radar's been painting a few returns of a couple snow flurries in the air. Would be surprised that's going on. A few of those reaching the ground. Out the door this morning, 29 at Willer and Savoy, up to 45 today. We're about 6 or 7 shy of normal. A couple flurries around this morning, partly sunny midday, lots of sun later this afternoon. Light northeast to east wind, mid-30s tonight, breezy, milder for the day. Tomorrow we go the other direction up to 62, and some rain shower activity getting going in the morning, more so tomorrow afternoon. It'll wind through the early tomorrow night. Nothing heavy, nothing severe, low down to 33, and a breezy, much cooler Saturday at 46, but we warm it up to 55 Sunday. Far more dynamic system in here for Monday, Tuesday next week with showers and thunderstorms. 60s Monday, 50s on Tuesday, near 50 next Wednesday, Thursday, and another impressive aggressive spring storm will bring a range of temperatures and weather across our part of the Midwest towards the next weekend, the Easter holiday weekend. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solje.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, this is really, really fun. And then if Illinois loses ever, then I don't ever want to hear the song.
That's right.
I'm done. I am looking forward to baseball. By the way, 2 weeks from today, I'll be at Busch Stadium for opening day, St. Louis.
Okay.
Cardinals will take on Miami that day, and I'll be down there broadcasting live. They've invited me to come again. Look forward to that every year.
Yeah.
2 weeks from today, April 4, I think. Is that April 4?
Wow, is it? No.
Can't be that quick, right?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
All right, so April 4, 2 weeks from today, I'll drive down to St. Louis at about 3:30. 4:30, 5:30. So, yeah, I got to get there plenty of time, make sure everything works. And then on the air, 7 to 9, home by noon.
I don't know why you do that. Why don't you just hang out?
What would I do from 9 to 3?
Watch the game. And,
9 to 3?
I mean,
9 until 3, that's 6 hours.
You can kind of work from Busch Stadium.
I'm kind of tired at
Village.
3 a.m.
Okay. Go to your car and take a nap. I don't know.
I used to do that.
I did too.
I used to sleep in my car when I worked 18-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
And flies were on my face, and it was sweaty.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
It's not pretty, but it gets it done.
Yeah. All right, so it's 7:12. Brad Underwood met the press yesterday.
I feel like offensively.
It's not Brad. Coleman Hawkins met the press. Why are we so confident, Coleman? What is it about this team?
I feel like offensively we have guys who can score and create. I feel like we reached into another example of our defense when we started to switch in that Nebraska game, and we did a little bit in the Wisconsin game. And I feel like we're able to grow in certain areas when the timing is right. And I feel like we can adjust well to those changes. So I think it was pretty evident, what happened in the Big Ten tournament. I feel like there's a whole nother level that we can tap into as well. I don't think I played very good in the tournament. I thought I could have been a lot better. I feel like there were spots where we could have played a lot better, and I think this tournament gives us a chance to clean those things up and go out and compete hard. So yeah, I just feel confident in everything that we do, trust in all the work that we've done. Like we said all year, this team is really connected.
Yep,
so.
That's Coleman Hawkins talking about Illinois and why they're confident. Now, keep in mind it is the NCAA tournament, and if we do win a few ball games, you're going to have moments of oh no. That's just the way this works. So the team that wins this tournament will have a moment where they think they're going to lose. That happened 3 days over the last weekend with Illinois. Yeah. So it's not over until that horn rings. And so there's inevitably and anecdotally, when I've tracked this tournament for all of my life, it's always been the team that wins. Wow, I can't believe they won that. There's at least one where it's such a close call and they got something happen that was good. And
that's right.
It just
builds the momentum.
Doesn't matter. Houston, Connecticut, Purdue, North Carolina, all the top guys, they're going to go through something. That's just how it works. So Illinois will inevitably go through, that's the NCAA. Okay, Brad Underwood in front of the press.
All right.
Yeah, it's terrific to be here. There's nothing better than the NCAA tournament. There's nothing better than hearing your name called on Selection Sunday. I'm excited to be here with this group. I think we're coming into this tournament obviously off the Big Ten championship and feel like it's different than in the last few years. This group is very healthy. We're playing our best basketball. I feel like we're whole. It's something that through the course of a long season, there's always ups and downs and trials and tribulations and so on, sickness, injuries, whatever, and you have to deal with that. And so, I think we're in a very good place injury-wise. I think we're in a good place sickness and all that. And we had 3 kind of different games in the Big Ten tournament. The first day we didn't play very well and found a way to win, and I love that resilient mentality. I think you've got to have that. As you move into the NCAA tournament, it was probably not my favorite to be down double digits 3 times, but I think we found a way to persevere through some of those tough moments. Obviously, we've got Terrence Shannon had a phenomenal tournament and played great. Marcus Damask, really after the first night, was close to triple doubles and played great. So Omaha, I've been in this venue one other time in the NCAA tournament back when I was an assistant at Kansas State. It's one of the great basketball cities, great venues. So we're really, really excited to be here, and we've got a great challenge tomorrow against Morehead State, a team that's playing awfully well, earned the right to be here, extremely well coached, and got a lot of respect for their program.
Yeah, guess what? They slow it down. They really try and control the tempo, so it's not going to be up and up and up. But they like to go slower.
Okay.
And we don't really like to go slower.
Right.
All right, we'll see. 2:10 is when there won't be a show this afternoon on the drive because they'll be watching the game.
Yeah, everybody's watching the game.
Yeah. All right.
And it's on True TV.
True TV, that's like TNT, TBS, True TV, that's all on DirecTV for us anyway. It's all stacked up there.
Right.
So it's it's showtime. Michigan State and Mississippi State kick
Out
it
of
off.
the gate at 11, 10 or something like that.
11, whatever, 20. And then BYU and Duquesne play right before us. Yeah, so
we'll find out our opponent in theory.
Yeah. No, we are
one game at a time.
Morehead State's my opponent. I don't care about that.
I met a person yesterday, Gina Reeves, that Made to Perfection, who went to Morehead State.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's in Kentucky, right?
It is.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that bracket look like? Huh? You rooting against my Illini? So right now I'm trying to, finish my bracket. I'm one of those.
Are you entering or just for fun?
Just for fun.
Okay. Because you can go online and enter a bunch of stuff and win stuff.
No, I'm not a jump through hoops kind of gal.
I gotcha. Okay.
And because I'm so late in this and I can't find my glasses, I'm just choosing the teams that have the least amount of letters to move on.
That's a method. Probably that'll be probably the best poll in America, right
FAU
there.
is moving on.
All right.
UAB is moving
All right,
on.
then.
BYU is moving
Easy, peasy, lemon squeezy.
We'll see how my method works.
That's right. No, I think that might just be the one to figure out.
So we have our Illini women in action tonight at 6 at the State Farm Center, so take note of that. We know we're watching our men in the afternoon, but come on out in person to see the game against Missouri State. Because Shauna Green and this team has been wonderful this season to follow. And the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament lands right here in our lap. So 6 o'clock tonight. When it comes to the women's basketball on the Parkland side, they have wrapped their season now. Their postseason came to an end yesterday, so they finished 26-6. Also, the play-in games, in case you're looking at those brackets, we have Grambling that beat Montana State and Colorado over Boise State. So, in case you're looking at that, you can, finish your bracket.
Those are two really good games. And it's really fun to watch a game you don't care about.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
Yeah.
But now this afternoon it's just yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that.
We've got some skin in it now, baby.
Yeah.
So go Illini.
Weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking to get new members of the team who are interested in community health. If that's you, looking for an opportunity to serve others in a supportive environment, visit carl.org/careers.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday, and it's a pair of weather systems that will generate a complexity of weather, wide-ranging weather and temperatures too across the Midwest, East Central Illinois included here in the coming days. Of which a couple snow flurries around for this morning. Partly sunny for the midday and afternoon. On the cool side at 45, light northeast to east wind 34 in the low tonight. Tomorrow back into a cloudy, breezy, milder mode, and a couple of showers both morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs up to 62. Showers wind down early tomorrow night. Winds turn to the north, low down to 33, and a breezy, much cooler Saturday. Partly cloudy 46, but then popping back into the 50s on Sunday. Lower 60s Monday, 50s Tuesday, and into early next week. Widespread showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Brief drying next Wednesday and Thursday. Highs will be closer to about 50 degrees. Looks like another system of rain, perhaps even a touch of snow over next weekend. That's the Easter holiday weekend. We'll keep you posted. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
A tradition of excellence over 150 years in the making. At Busey Bank, we're committed to building relationships that span generations. Wherever your journey in life leads you, we are with you along the way, creating a legacy for you and your family. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Social media company Reddit is launching its stock today on the New York Stock Exchange. The shares are priced at $34, valuing the company at $6.4 billion. Some of its meme stock investors will be getting access to the stock before it starts trading. Reddit generates nearly all of its sales from advertising, yet is still losing money. The three major stock averages rose to records yesterday after Federal Reserve officials reaffirmed plans to cut interest rates 3 times this year. Apple shares are down 1%. There are reports that a U.S. antitrust lawsuit against Apple could be imminent. Discount chain Five Below says it will limit self-checkouts, will inspect customer receipts, and add security guards to combat theft. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Get all of your favorite Fox News podcasts ad-free on Apple Podcasts with Fox News Podcasts Plus. From Trey Gowdy, the Fox News Rundown, Will Kane, Brian Kilmeade, and so much more. Go to foxnewspodcasts.com for all the details. The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, featuring insight from top newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News contributors. Listen and subscribe now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com.
We're talking to Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group, and we're talking about the current market. What about interest rates? What are you guys seeing on what these numbers are going to do?
Interest rates are a hot topic right now. Interest rates are all over the place. I think they feel super high at the moment, and maybe historically we keep getting told and it's shoved down our throats that it's not. But I think to the real person, we've been used to 5%, maybe even as high as 6%, but maybe a lot of 4s over the last 10 or 15 years. So that's our normal. The Fed announced that they aren't going to raise the prime rate, which is nice, and that they'd probably at least do 3 reductions over the year 2024. If we can find some 5s, I think there's some calmness to this storm finally.
So call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans with eXp Realty, 217-239-7113, or do an online search to Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
Short-term market fluctuations can be unnerving for everyone. A proven way to tune out the noise and focus on long-term investment goals is to adhere to a well-constructed investment plan. This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you don't have a plan in place, we can help create one designed specifically for you. Call us today for a complimentary consultation at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
All right, so I went with a couple of upsets in the NCAA. I picked Nevada over Dayton. Even though Nevada is a 10, they're favored slightly. I did pick New Mexico to beat Clemson. That's an 11 over 6, but believe it or not, New Mexico is favored as the 11. So that's not really. Grand Canyon, I did pick them as many people did.
Too.
Yeah.
And I feel like, did we have a connection to Grand Canyon? Was it the Finkies?
Yeah, Tim and Michael played there.
Okay.
And Jerry Colangelo.
Okay.
Former Illini. Huge reason Grand Canyon's on the map.
Right.
Very involved in that. It's right in downtown Phoenix. Christian and I went to that campus when they had a golf tournament there. It's really cool. They're called the Antelopes. So they...
I like that. That does have a few more letters than St. Mary, but because of the connection with the Finkies.
Yeah, well, now you've got your glasses on, so you're looking at it. So anyway, no majors. I did chalk most of this stuff. I have my final four are 2 1s, a 3, and a 2. I have Houston, Purdue, Arizona, and Illinois. And then I have Illinois dominating Houston in the final.
Yes. Let's do that.
And then, of course, if Illinois loses today, I don't want anything to do with this stupid basketball.
May the brackets gods be with you, or however that goes.
It's just really hard to pick these.
It is. And I know that you were playing with some people who had a formula that you can't use a team twice.
Well, there are all kinds of pools. But this one is you have to pick one winner every day there's games. So this weekend I have to pick 4 winners.
Okay.
So I can say, all right, Purdue, Houston, they're going to, right?
Yeah.
But once you pick a team like that, you can't pick them again. So if you were to say, all right, I'm going to pick UConn, North Carolina, Houston, Purdue, that'll be my 4 for this weekend. Then next weekend, I can't pick them.
I see.
And if the final 4 of those 4 teams, I'm out.
I see.
So it's a little strategic here.
Uh-huh.
So right now, the first round, I presume you want to pick a team you don't think is going to go very far, but will win today.
Right.
And some of these games, I don't know. I mean, they're just like, I don't know, maybe.
So do you have a special bracket for all of that madness?
No, I just pick a team. So today I did pick BYU as my team to beat Duquesne.
Right.
Because it looks like BYU should have been a 5. So, and they're 9.5-point favorites, which is really a lot for an 11-6 game. Anyway, it's all a crapshoot. It's crazy. How are you sleeping? Are you sleeping well? Do you wake up? Do you toss and turn? Does your lower back hurt a lot? Well, today's Stever offer is from Kelsey Furniture. I'm going to send you down to see Chad or Brian or some of these smart people that it's just worth going to Tuscola just to go through the little demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime anybody says, hey, why don't you lie down on this bed? Okay. And then don't fall asleep. Hey, wake up. And then they go through all the little things that give you zero gravity on your lower back.
Right.
And you're saying, I can't afford this. Maybe you can't afford not to get something like this.
And I'm sure they have financing and stuff.
They've got probably everything you need, but I'm giving you $1,000 toward this. You won't find this anywhere else in the world where you get that much off of this when it's not discontinued. If you ever see Tempur-Pedics that have anything off, it's because they're a discontinued item. So they're very strict about this. We had to call the company headquarters and get clearance for me to do this. So it is amazing how many beds we put Stever people in. This is very
Kelsey's at 215 North Main in downtown Tuscola.
And we'll get you down there in the next week or so, and you have to just take a look. And if you like it and you buy it, I'll give you $1,000.
There you go.
This is one of our early winners.
Our Tempur-Pedic bed is amazing. We love it. We're sleeping great. It's helping Greg's shoulder. It's helping my back. Yes.
So would you tell Stevie Jay and Janet to get one? Is that what you're telling me?
I would highly recommend it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is typical. We have a dozen phone calls like this, all Stevers, at least a dozen, and I'd have 24 if I called everybody. I don't know. They're fired up. So I guess you could look at it this way. If a third of your life's in bed, or probably less, it's supposed to be a third, 8 hours a day, where nobody's getting that.
Right.
But if you want to sleep really, really well, this seems to really, really work. And so I guess you could look at it and say, okay, what do you spend money on? What is it worth to wake up refreshed, feeling very energetic? A lot of your immune system depends on rest. A lot of your life productivity depends on rest. It's pretty urgent. But beds are just one of the, we can wait. Well, maybe you would need to go try, because we had a couple recently go down a month ago. And the guy just wanted a traditional bed. I don't want all that fancy stuff. He got it. He got that zero gravity in lower back where it wasn't hurting. So it's worth trying. So if you're interested in me giving you $1,000, simply text in on the Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255 BED, and you'll be in the running to be considered to get a first shot. Sometimes we pick 2 people because the first person changes their mind. Whatever, it's fine. There's no, we're not forcing you to do anything except maybe run a Tuscola, have some fun, and take a peek.
Sure.
217-359-2255. Just text BED if you're interested. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday. We know what that means.
John Decker.
Mm-hmm. Just got back from Sweden.
Nice.
He was hanging with the Crown Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like a keynote speaker at a
He was a big speaker
dinner.
for election 2024.
Okay.
So it's whatever. I mean, I have that kind of schedule too. I know the Crown Prince.
Hopping off of Air Force One, going over to Sweden to talk
he
to
was
some
on his
people.
own flight.
Right.
Not his own
But
jet.
I mean, he was probably...
He wasn't with the president or anything. This is separate.
I know, but maybe during the week he also
Well,
had
it might
that
have
on
been Air
his
Force One.
agenda.
No, you're right.
It sounds good.
Yeah, you could have been. We'll be right back with John Decker. Stand by.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. It's a time crunch to pass a federal spending bill that could be held up by any member of the Senate with objections if it gets through the House.
The text for the 1,000-plus page bill that would fund 70% of the government through September dropped in the middle of the night. Congress has until midnight Friday to avoid a partial government shutdown, so Speaker Mike Johnson would have to waive the 72-hour rule, which allows members that amount of time to read the bill.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. Ukraine's military reports intercepting all 31 Russian missiles fired at the capital, Kyiv.
Ukraine's emergency service says 13 people were hurt by the debris of around 30 cruise and ballistic missiles being shot down. Homes and industrial facilities reportedly damaged. The attack comes after days of attacks by Ukraine on Russia's Belgorod region just across the border.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The attack overnight, the largest on Kyiv in a month and a half. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Air Force officials have released the name of the Illinois airman who died last week in what was described as a workplace incident at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska. The airman identified as 25-year-old Staff Sergeant Charles Crumlett. He was a third-wing airman from Streamwood, Illinois in Cook County. Illinois election officials say they saw a significant use of vote by mail for voters casting ballots in the primary, with many voting early. They report almost 430,000 Illinoisans voting early, 250,000 voted by mail. Only 138,000 voters cast their ballots in person before Tuesday. Urbana City Council has gone on record calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. The council's unanimous vote for the resolution followed months of meetings where residents spoke out about the conflict and urged the council to take a stand. More than 50 people turned out at Monday night's meeting when the vote was taken. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. Our weather this morning brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Sound good this spring? Visit KramerSiding.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. It's a pair of weather systems that'll generate wide-ranging temperatures. No shortage of moisture either in the coming days, particularly into early next week. And if you're traveling to the north, right before and through the Easter holiday weekend, next weekend, heads up on cold and snow there, which winter weather advisory is currently underway far north Illinois, Wisconsin, back into the northern plains. Just a couple of snow flurries from that system for this morning. Partly sunny for the afternoon, a bit on the cool side at 45, down at 34 for tonight. Breezy, milder, becoming cloudy. Some shower activity breaks out tomorrow, particularly by afternoon. Highs up to 62 and a gusty south-southwesterly wind into the 30s tomorrow night with some evening shower activity and a breezy, much cooler day on Saturday, partly cloudy, and 46. But then popping back into the 50s on Sunday, 62 on Monday with some showers, a couple of thunderstorms, more rain Tuesday in the 50s. Highs next Wednesday and Thursday close to 50, and another active weather pattern and system ahead for next weekend, the Easter holiday weekend. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, it's Thursday. John Decker, John Decker, John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House in press room.
John Decker, John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. John
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they're singing his theme on Combines.
And I actually saw the Queen cover band last, Friday night in Bloomington. I sent you the clip of
bicycle. Yeah, I was thinking John Decker.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with Queen at all. It's all John Decker.
I'm the only one in my section singing John Decker to the bicycle song.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Great Television's White House correspondent and fresh from Stockholm. Ladies and gentlemen. The Swedish national anthem.
There you go.
Is that Swedish or sounds a little German too? I don't know. Anyway, it's John Decker. How was your trip to hanging out with the Crown Prince, which I do every other day, not every day like you do, but
Yeah,
anyway.
that's right.
Yeah, Crown Prince Daniel, somebody, your buddy, right?
Yeah. Well, I had never met the Crown Prince, Prince Daniel, a member of the royal family, but he attended one of the events that I was taking part in Stockholm, Sweden. Very nice person, and was very pleased with the presentation that I made in regards to the upcoming presidential election involving the rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I had two events while I was in Stockholm, and flew back yesterday, got back to Washington late yesterday afternoon. Good to be back on U.S. soil, but it was a terrific trip. Terrific people, the Swedish people. It was my second trip to Sweden, and I look forward to returning them.
Are you able to sleep in business class?
Yeah, I was absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Am I able to? I guess I don't understand your question. I guess there's two questions.
Can you sleep? Can you sleep on? Business class has these seats that really are bigger and comfortable and
the lie flat.
Yeah. But some people can't sleep on planes. But maybe you can.
No, I can. I'm asleep before we even take off. I'm pretty good at that.
That's awesome.
Very happy about that ability.
This is why he's perky and got it going on a Thursday morning following his flight.
Right.
That's very, very cool. What was your conclusion in Sweden, Mr. Journalist? What did you tell him?
Well, what was my conclusion in regards to the 2024 election? It's what I tell you when we speak every week. This is going to be a very close election, closer than it was in 2020. So the 2020 election, Joe Biden wins with 306 electoral votes. He will not win with 306 electoral votes. There will be some states that Donald Trump will flip, and that's why it's going to be a very close election in the fall. So that's one of my conclusions. I think they were surprised. I literally had folks in the audience with their mouth agape when I told them who I believe Donald Trump will choose as his running mate. We've gone over this before on your show before, Stevie. Donald Trump Jr. is my prediction.
There's just no way. I will bet you. I will bet you a business seat on a plane ride of your choice. You have to guarantee me a seat on Air Force One so that we can bet.
There you go.
So that whole he's with me. That would have to. No, I just think that's too much for me. I mean, Donald Trump Jr. That's just too much.
It does make sense though to have somebody who's a friendly who you trust, and it's such a big role.
Well, the argument that Donald Trump makes is it's not 4 years of Donald Trump, it's 12 years of Donald Trump. And there are those who are MAGA Republicans that are all for. They're all in on that. That gets them very energized. So that's what that's part of the reason that I go with that prediction.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction. I saw your electoral map, and why do I always think of no man is an island? I look at Illinois around all this red. Where help?
Right.
Yeah, you're like, come on, man.
Right. Come on, man. Anyway, it's so I'm sure they enjoyed your thing. And as I mentioned in my text, if they ever need an MC, that's one I would say yes to.
Yes,
and
there you go.
Be there, and then
summertime.
I would say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming. Listen, I appreciate all the expertise that they DS in the panel, but John Decker, let's talk about John. Okay, first of all, he's Georgetown. He's a Supreme Court guy. He's got it all. He's got it going on. Everybody loves. He might be a Supreme Court justice. John, tell us about yourself, and we just do that.
Yeah,
we just do that the whole time.
All the other people are going, why am I here?
Poor people to death with that line of questioning.
All right.
They want to hear about the rematch.
And I'm going to still stand by what looks like a weak prediction now. I do not think Joe Biden will make it. I'll stick by it. And
stick by it.
I'm sticking by it because I cannot. No matter what you think of anybody, no matter how much you hate Trump, whatever your thing is, you can't elect that. You just can't. You got to find somebody else that's capable, and we shouldn't prop up anybody for the biggest role in the world as president of the United States.
Well, it's a problem for some Democrats as well. They don't like this idea of Joe Biden being their standard bearer, but these are the choices that Democrats and Republicans have. I think that you're going to be making your argument. I can't wait till you make your argument about it's got to be someone other than Joe Biden when you make it the third week in October. It still hasn't happened.
Wow.
And it's closer and closer to Election Day. But I'm curious. Another great unknown, because there's so many unknowns between now and November the 5th, is whether there are actually going to be any debates. I don't think there will be. I think this is going to be the first election cycle in more than half a century in which there will be no debates between the two parties' nominees. But that is a real possibility.
Yeah, I don't think that. Maybe you could do whatever they did for State of the Union and get them up to 30 minutes. They can't risk this. They can't. I would be twisting and turning just for empathy and saying, "Oh no, don't say that." Maybe. No, I can't see it at all. I think okay. Their platform has to be Trump's Adolf Hitler. You can't elect him because he's crazy and he wants to be a dictator. That's all they got, is that your guy is worse. You got to elect Biden. That's all I'm hearing anyway.
Well, that is indeed part of their argument, that it's a binary choice, a choice between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and this is their argument, you go with the lesser of two evils, and that's certainly one of the reasons, not the primary reason, but one of the reasons why Joe Biden won in 2020. People made this choice, but there's so many different dynamics between 2024 and 2020. Primary difference between them is that this time Joe Biden is the incumbent. This time Joe Biden has a record that he needs to and has to, as all incumbents must, run on. So it's Joe Biden's record of the past 3.5+ years versus Donald Trump, his record as not only president but also post-presidency, and that's what the American voters will have their choices on this year.
Okay, so when Donald Trump was president, Mr. Journalist John Decker on the Tavin's Towing phone line, Great Television's outstanding number one employee, by the way. I just looked at the Great Television rankings.
Congratulations.
Number one.
There's a ranking.
Over the CEO, over everybody, so good job. Anyway, so Donald Trump, I believe, had a great economy going. Everything was churning along pretty darn well. The world was pretty peaceful. There wasn't a lot going on. There wasn't noise over there. Everybody was kind of quiet. He decimated ISIS. Name 3 things that Joe Biden has done that has been amazing.
Well, here's the thing. I don't disagree with anything that you said in terms of your descriptions of Donald Trump, but you're leaving out a pretty big part of his presidency, which was how he dealt with the pandemic. It's my belief, and tell me if you disagree with me, Stevie, it's my belief that that is one of the reasons why he lost in the 2020 election. If the pandemic never happened, if we never heard of the coronavirus, I don't think there would be any question in my mind that Donald Trump would have won re-election. But that is also a part of his record, how he dealt with that particular issue. And, I don't think that you can say he got a 10 out of 10 in terms of managing dealing with the coronavirus.
I don't know how you handle something like that when it's never really happened in this fashion. It's
never happened before.
Hindsight, never shut it down, ever shut it down.
Right.
Listening to and trusting all of the, quote, experts, he did. He absolutely went with their recommendations of what to do. Should he have? Probably not. Hindsight, but at that time, nobody knew anything. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Shut it down. They're going to die. We're all going to die. It was unprecedented from our lifetimes of what went on. But no question,
absolutely.
Without that. So that brings me back to Wuhan. And would China ever have released anything like that intentionally because they were going to lose and they had Trump? And you don't want Trump if you're China? I don't know. I can't think any human would ever. But the bottom line is this. No question, the end of the Trump year of the pandemic was brutal. And he did, that totally was part of the whole story. So, hindsight, no way. I would never shut anything down again. It was brutal on our mental health. I think we're going to be struggling with that for a long time. But the border was better. Everything was better. And now we have, what seems to be a lot of problems with the inflation and crime and the border and the world. I mean, it just doesn't feel very good. And people can't afford meat. I mean, it's really hard right now. The credit cards are through. I just think if we get 4 more years of this policy, it's going to get harder. One man's opinion. You there, John?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Well, you are saying some stuff that needs to be censored by some people.
He's not in Russia, is he?
He was in Sweden.
Remember, maybe they bugged him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mission Impossible running through my mind.
You remember, God.
When we were talking to the Olympics.
John, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me okay?
It was my fault. I think it was operator.
Stevie pressed the wrong button.
I don't know what I did. Anyway, I was talking, just flashback. I had Amy Kellogg on from Russia years ago from Fox, and she was saying something critical about Moscow.
Well, their hospitality was horrible. They didn't have
I said, Amy, are you sure you want to? I think they're listening, Amy. Are you sure? Are you there?
Hello, Stevie.
That's not me either. What is going on?
I don't know.
Can you hear me, John?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay.
I cannot hear you.
That is not me, so it was something funky. Okay, maybe...
So, long story short, we don't know who's listening to the show.
Well, I know this, that Amy Kellogg in Russia, I said, don't you worry about Moscow listening? They have bigger fish to... What?
Yep.
Hello? No, they pulled the plug on that phone call.
I've got the guy in my head.
I don't have any idea what...
he had the cigarette in his mouth and the bottle of vodka right there.
Yeah, pulled it right out.
The plug.
I don't know what happened to John Decker. That was weird. I'll just go ahead and...
I guess we're okay.
But what was that?
Right.
What was I saying that made the whole thing happen?
I mean, I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary.
I was being critical of something as usual, so I don't know what it was. Okay, so maybe he'll try back?
Right.
But that was odd.
And it is ringing on the other line there.
I don't know, but that's been going a while. Anyway, we are at 7:47. We're toward the end of our... Is that him?
Yeah.
With you.
That was weird, John, because you were on the other line saying I can't hear you, and the other phone line was ringing at the same time, so that was a weird deal. Anyway, it's John Decker.
Yeah. No, I have two phones. I dialed you on my other phone. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
I have no idea.
Okay.
We disappear from social media from time to time when I say the wrong things. What have you now this is a very serious question. Have you felt the pressures of you got to be careful what you say in America these days because of hate speech, getting canceled? I mean, are we more tentative when you're a John Decker out there and what you say and how you say it?
I've always been careful in terms of what I say and how I say it, so it's not recent. It's one of those things where there's a lot of sensitivity out there, so you always have to be careful about not offending anybody. That's the bottom line, and I can present my opinions certainly without offending anybody. And so, I think it's heightened though in recent years for sure. And I think that's the reason why you're talking about how you've been yanked off social media from time to time.
Thank you, David on 217 text says you were praising Trump.
What does he say?
Oh,
you're praising Trump.
Is that it?
AT&T pulled the plug.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Frontier, whoever we have here. All right, so you are busy, but you also work was it the Big East tournament last weekend?
Yeah, that was awesome. No, it was not the Big East. It was the ACC tournament.
ACC, yeah.
Yeah.
And you sat by. Exciting. Did you not sit by the winning bench every game?
Did I sit by the winning bench? Just about, I think, every game. Yeah, it was remarkable. So they're right in front of me, and it was. I was the lucky charm for NC State. That's for sure.
Well, I'm telling you what, NC State. I didn't know Zion Williamson played for them too. He plays for the Pelicans in New Orleans, and he plays. That guy looked like Zion Williamson. He's huge.
Yeah, that guy is remarkable. I think Zion Williamson played for Duke.
But I mean, the same size-looking guy. I mean, he did that.
Yeah, this guy. It was remarkable to watch him, and I remember when the ACC tournament was an ACC tournament or it was March Madness came through Washington, so I had an opportunity in college to see Zion Williamson. Same type of thing, but this particular player, DJ Burns Jr., if I'm not mistaken, is 6'10", 275, just a monster, and no one could stop him. No one could even come close to stopping him.
Can they win in the tournament? Do you have a pool that you have going? Because I North Carolina State went in 5 straight that you saw. That's unreal to win 5 days in a row. Unbelievable.
That's pretty remarkable, and they were the 10 seed going into the ACC tournament. So I don't know the last time that's been done. In fact, I do. It was Jim Valvano when he took his team to March Madness, won the national championship. So maybe it can repeat itself for NC State. I don't know.
Well, Illinois won the Big Ten tournament. We were excited about
I saw that.
Big
Good
Ten
for Illinois.
Yeah, we were pretty excited.
Yeah. Here we go, baby.
I got to play this theme a lot right now. But Illinois is the Big Ten tournament Big Ten champion. Illinois. We got Morehead State. Who will you be following this season?
Who will I be following during March Madness?
Yep.
What teams do I have?
Beside Illinois, John.
Yeah, besides Illinois. I mean, I was impressed with NC State. Now I want to see if they can, keep that momentum going. I'll be following NC State for sure. Who else is up there? I think it's pretty remarkable but what Illinois did when you consider how strong the Big Ten was this year, with Purdue and Edney and Wisconsin also having a phenomenal team. But that's just pretty impressive. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going throughout.
You've been in Sweden. I don't think they're doing brackets in Sweden, but anyway,
no, they're not.
It'll be it's so fun. There's like 12 hours of basketball today, 12 hours of basketball tomorrow. It's kind of fun.
I know it. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I love that. I really do. To me, it's just it's the best event. Best event, and this first weekend where it's like that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all basketball. I love it, and it was a thrill to be at the ACC tournament that was here in Washington, D.C. last week.
Well, welcome home. Glad you could be on this morning. Pleasure always, John Decker. Thank you for your time. We will call you next week.
I look forward to it. Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Diane. We'll talk next week. Have a great week and enjoy the basketball. Go Illini, and hopefully they're still going strong this time next week.
Ooh, we hope so.
Absolutely.
Thank you. John Decker, great television's White House correspondent, national correspondent, asked to speak, frankly, all over the world, and he talks election stuff.
Including Sweden.
Yep, Sweden. Anyway, great having him on. He's a good guy. 752, I think a great journalist because I don't know how he votes.
Right.
Which I think should be a litmus test for all journalists.
I love it. Just the facts.
I should know how you lean.
Right.
Because I don't really care how you...
the facts.
I need to decipher it for myself.
Well balanced.
That's what I'm looking for. Remember Marcus Jackson? He was a wonderful News Gazette sports writer and writer.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we're going to call Marcus, get his take on what he thinks of
Good
this
idea.
bracket, but it'll be good to catch up with him. We'll check Greg Solier's weather, brought to you this morning by Busey.
For over 150 years.
Well, I mean, I wanted to know what the first thing looked like.
Drive through with the horses.
Well, I mean, it was just mud, wasn't it, when they started?
I think so. In the wagon wheels.
Well, you're not driving anywhere. You're just getting on your horse.
I know.
Did you have horse parking? What was the first classic Greg Hall like? There wasn't a Greg Hall.
We need to have some Busey history and get a picture.
Really do.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday, and it's a pair of weather systems that'll generate a complexity of weather, wide-ranging weather and temperatures too across the Midwest, East Central Illinois included here in the coming days. Of which a couple snow flurries around for this morning. Partly sunny for the midday and afternoon on the cool side of 45, light northeast to east wind 34 the low tonight. Tomorrow back into a cloudy, breezy, milder mode, and a couple of showers both morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs up to 62. Showers wind down early tomorrow night. Winds turn to the north, low down to 33, and a breezy, much cooler Saturday. Partly cloudy, 46, but then popping back into the 50s on Sunday. Lower 60s Monday, 50s Tuesday, and into early next week. Widespread showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Brief drying next Wednesday and Thursday. Highs will be closer to about 50 degrees. Looks like another system of rain, perhaps even a touch of snow over next weekend. That's the Easter holiday weekend. We'll keep you posted. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, thank you, Greg. We normally have Nathaniel Son. He's not on this week, but will be next week. So we'll get Nathaniel Son's Did You Know back next week.
So I'm on the Midwest part of my bracket. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm focusing.
Because you haven't done your bracket yet.
Well, Purdue has pretty much everybody's healthy, right? But Kansas has some guys out.
Oh, yeah. Kansas, people are picking, Joe Lenardi, who does bracketology, said Samford will beat Kansas.
Okay, wow.
But I can't. Kansas is the defending national champion. I know that they're really banged up and they're not getting much production on the bench. I know all that.
Okay.
Still Kansas. So we'll see.
Okay.
Will they make a deep run? I don't know. Because I think Dickinson's playing, but I think he's hurt, and I think their point guard's hurt. So that's a big deal.
Okay.
So we'll see. What was I going to say? There's baseball going on right now in Korea, Seoul, South Korea.
Right now, San Diego's up 11-8 in like the 8th inning.
12-8. 12-8. But it's still not over. It's bottom 7, and the Dodgers are batting, and the Dodgers won the game because a glove broke on the first baseman trying to field it. The webbing broke, and the Dodgers won.
That looks so weird. He was going after the play, and the
strange
went right through his glove.
The glove broke.
And Ohtani's interpreter was fired with a massive theft allegation.
Well, this is his friend that's been there since 2018. And why, again, just saying, at this point, don't you speak some English? I mean, you're getting paid zillions and zillions of dollars, like $1 billion. And I would think
it is a lot of trust with the interpreter.
Why don't you? I mean, I understand it early, but at some point, you probably want to speak your own words.
Yeah.
Anyway, the interpreter is a friend of his, but got in trouble with the bookies.
Uh-oh.
And actually, supposed to be, now it's legal betting, but in California, I don't think you can bet. And guess where he played? The Los Angeles Angels.
That's right.
So now he's with the Dodgers, but his friend / interpreter needed $4.5 million to pay off the gambling debt. And then you're going, Shohei didn't know that?
Right.
Was Shohei involved?
Ooh.
And his agent said, no. He had nothing to do with any of this. So I'm sure there'll be people looking into this, but the guy has said, his friend has said, he had nothing to do with this. This is all me. I did this. I got in trouble. I did which happens.
Yes.
But to those levels, holy moly, $4.5 million. Now, again, in the Shohei Ohtani picture, if the guy signed a $800 million contract, that's like, a couple $1,000s for most people. It's not much.
Right.
It just isn't but it is a bad look.
Right.
And you're wondering about it. News coming up. Marcus Jackson would pop on with us here in the next. Also, Ryan Heiser, the president of
Fisher National Bank is involved
National Bank
with the Muhammad Music Fest, which is coming up at the end of August, and will unveil who the big act will be.
Yep, and Ryan's a big Illinois fan as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to see who he picks. I have Illinois pounding Houston in the national championship game, and anything short, I'm not interested in your silly tournament anymore.
There we go.
If Illinois loses at any point, I don't care about this.
Come on, Illini.
Can't wait for baseball. I get salty when Illinois doesn't play. Let's win today.
That's right.
See if we can get a win today. All right, it's 7:57.
Firestone Tires can make all the difference on the road. Drive with confidence. Plus, take advantage of the road-ready financing options. Get the tires and services you need now and pay over time. Your vehicle will thank you for the upgrade. Since 1917, Clay Dooley Tire and Auto has been committed to helping you drive with confidence. Just off Neal Street, call 217-352-4286.
Clay Dooley Tire and Auto. Proven trusted, your friends and family.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club?
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Rieken, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana invested in our community since 1908. Before you buy your home in 2024, we invite you to speak with one of our experienced lenders, Jack, Jim, Kim, or Lane. Experience the convenience of working with a local lender, with local service, decisions, and loan underwriting in our comfortable offices. Visit us to experience the exceptional friendly service from our knowledgeable staff. Hey, if you're not already banking with us, give us a try. We think you'll love it here. We do. 356bank.com, First Federal. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
You're rescuing more Americans from Haiti. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The U.S. and the state of Florida working to fly or helicopter them out of the country overrun by deadly gang violence.
This is not just chartering a plane and people get on and they live happily ever after.
Republican Governor Ron DeSantis just told Fox.
We've had folks working for us who've actually been on the ground in dangerous parts of Haiti to help get people out of difficult situations and get them to where they can be exfilled and eventually brought back home to the United States.
More than 1,000 Americans have asked the State Department for help to leave Haiti. America's top diplomat is in Egypt, again pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza.
We've been here before. Attempts to get Israel and Hamas to pause their war in Gaza, allowing hostages out and humanitarian aid in. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, though, says the gaps are narrowing between the two sides. He's also confirmed the U.S. submitted a draft UN resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire linked to the release of hostages.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. This is a good thing with the worst of COVID behind us.
The CDC's National Center for Health Statistics crunched the numbers and found that life expectancy in the U.S. increased in 2022 after 2 years of decline. 77 and a half years old in 2022. That's up a little more than a year from 2021, but not back to pre-pandemic levels.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. President Biden will campaign today in Texas as he makes yet another move to cancel more student loan debt for even more Americans, finding a way around the Supreme Court's rejection of his much larger plan.
Teachers, firefighters, nurses, and other public service workers will have student loans forgiven, the Biden administration says, through fixes to the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Today's announcement impacts about 78,000 public service workers and totals about $6 billion in debt cancellation.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. America's listening to Fox News.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
It's sentencing day in federal court for the last 2 ex-law enforcement officers in Mississippi who pleaded guilty to torturing 2 black men last year, attacking them while they were in a white woman's home. The other 4 sentenced this week got 17 to 40 years in prison. Late last night in Georgia, a condemned killer was put to death quietly without any last words.
Willie James Pye was given a lethal injection Wednesday evening. He'd been convicted, along with another man, of abducting his former girlfriend, raping her, then shooting her to death in 1993. The other defendant was sentenced to 5 life prison terms. His legal team claimed Pye was intellectually disabled and therefore constitutionally ineligible for execution. The state's parole board disagreed and denied his application for clemency. The Georgia Supreme Court, a federal appeals court, and the U.S. Supreme Court all refused to halt the process. Pye's execution is Georgia's first in 4 years. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
The number of survivors of the day which will live in infamy is dwindling. About 20 now remain alive who were there when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in Hawaii December 7th, 1941, dragging the U.S. into World War II. in the name of Richard Higgins. He was a radio man in a seaplane patrol squadron when the bombs fell. He died at his home in Bend, Oregon at the age of 102. There's a new exhibit using artificial intelligence at the World War II Museum in New Orleans.
AI and recorded interviews of World War II vets are combined in a new interactive experience at the National World War II Museum. Visitors can have conversations with virtual veterans. Each virtual veteran is a real person, a veteran who sat in front of a camera and answered 1,000 different questions about their experience during World War II. An AI can interpret a visitor's question and can find a matching answer to keep history alive. Eben Brown, Fox News.
On Wall Street, rising stocks futures suggest more gains after yesterday's records. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign School Board downed another member. Martise turned in his resignation to the school board. In his email, he told the board his vision for the school district is not aligned with the district. Tees had been on the board for about a year. He's the second board member to resign after Jamar Brown stepped down earlier this month. The board has 60 days to fill his position. Urbana City Council has gone on record for calling a ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas war. The council's unanimous vote for the resolution followed months of meetings where residents spoke out about the conflict, urging the council to take a stand. More than 50 turned out at Monday's meeting. Air Force officials releasing the name of the Illinois airman who died last week in what was described as a workplace incident at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Alaska. Airman identified as 25-year-old Staff Sergeant Charles Crumlett. He was from Cook County, Illinois. He had served in the Air Force since 2016. That's what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. ESPN 93.5. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier, who tells us that we might need a jacket by Easter weekend, but that's typical up and down for the springtime, my friend. What are we looking at for weekend and stuff?
Yeah, it's an early Easter this year, but very dynamic weather pattern expected here the next 7 to 10 to 12 days or a little bit beyond here. Don't see much opportunity for any extended field work. Now, the wind and the mild air of late and the low afternoon humidity's kind of firmed things up coming off some of these rains of late. Drought monitoring to the weather office. We are in good shape soil moisture-wise. Some dryness and drought far western reaches of the state south of I-70. The worst still expanding again into the western corn belt. That'll be relatively temporary, and it looks like here out of 2, maybe 3 systems through the northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes region will likely double down or triple down on what snowfall totals we've seen so far this winter time season in those northern corridors. Hence the example, the thought that we're trying to convey is there hasn't been much snow, and they're likely to get it up there. Matter of fact, you may want to, after the proper celebration here over the ball game this afternoon, by the way, is that one game we win? Are we still there? Or
we play Saturday. If we were to beat Morehead State today, we'll play on Saturday, and then we'd come home. And honestly, I don't know where we'd play if there is a second weekend. I can't get that far ahead. So
no. The point being, after the Saturday ball game, that you want to kind of get out of Omaha.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just because it's winter storm potential out there. The likelihood actually to probably Sunday or Monday, somewhere in that time frame, and Arctic air dumping in behind it, and you'll get out or get home before the thunderstorm activity next week gets heavy and severe. That's the middle to late parts of next week. So, lots of action going on, including a few snowflakes in the air this morning. 29 at Willard and Savoy. We'll head towards 45 clouds, and the flakes or 2 of snow around this morning, and a sun-filled afternoon. 34 tonight, milder tomorrow. Boy, we got a roller coaster ride of temperatures coming. 62 tomorrow. Shower activity breaks up, particularly by afternoon. That'll wind down early tomorrow night, low down to 33, and a much cooler, breezy Saturday. But we're dry for the weekend. 46 Saturday, 55 on Sunday. They'll be in the 50s, by the way, at Omaha this afternoon. Then by Monday, 60s with some showers and thunderstorms. A break in the wet weather here come Wednesday, Thursday. More strong storms perhaps late next week towards Good Friday. And maybe a little snow in the forecast as well towards Easter Sunday. So you get the idea on temperatures all over creation here in East Central Illinois in the Midwest at large. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Well, he was a terrific writer for the News-Gazette for many years. Greatest baseball player perhaps ever at Eastern Illinois University.
Oh, really?
And
Go Panthers.
And a man who married far over his head. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Jackson, how are you?
I'm doing great. I just can't
I can't compete with those things that you said. None of them are true. Only one of them is true. I did marry over my head, but the rest of it, I don't know that I can say that's fact.
I've been waiting outside like in the rain for a year and a half for Marcus to show up at CrossFit like his wife Megan. She's a D1 athlete. I'm telling you what, she's tremendous at CrossFit. She is really something else. You got to come, man. Where you been? Let's go. Come on, Marcus.
You know, I used to do CrossFit, Stevie, and it's the reason that it takes me 15 minutes to get out of bed now because I went so hard and I hurt myself over and over that my body just doesn't work the way that it used to, which is kind of the opposite of what CrossFit's supposed to do for you, but that just tells you how dumb I am.
No, listen, I get it. It's competitive. You
got to pace yourself.
You just, Stevie Jay says, number one goal, don't get hurt. That's only number one goal. And then, so I just have to suck it up, and if I have to take plates off a 75-pound bench press, I do. Okay? It hurts me. It hurts me a lot. Anyway.
You're a smart man.
It's just hard, though, because you got...
What position at EIU?
He's an outfielder. The guy never missed... He caught everything. He was like a stinking vacuum cleaner. It's ridiculous. It's Marcus Jackson. All right, so what are you doing now?
So I work for Allstate Insurance Company. So I work on the communications team there, handling primarily like our internal communications to keep employees updated on things that are going on around the company. So awesome. I've been there coming up on 5 years, so it's been great for me. And my job is remote, so it afforded us the opportunity. You know, we were living in Chicago, and then, you know, and Megan, my wife that you mentioned, she got a job offer at Carl. She's been here down at Carl since June, and with my job being remote, we were able to move, and I could keep my work together. So awesome. It's been a great opportunity for me.
That's great.
Yeah, you still, I know, highly tuned in to sports, and certainly, is this not probably the best 2 sports day of our year in the USA? This is just 12 hours of basketball 2 days in a row. Come on, man. This is fun. It's so fun, isn't it?
It's fantastic. You know, when I was covering the sport, when I was covering college basketball, it was great. I was really dialed in and tuned into a lot of the teams, and it was always interesting. And the fact that I covered Illinois during the time that I did, there was only a couple times that I was actually on site during the NCAA tournament covering games. So I was like everybody else. I was on my couch watching games and enjoying it, just like you all are.
Okay, so presume you've done a bracket for some reason, right? You filled something out, haven't you?
I have done a bracket. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I guess let's just look at this thing. Do you have a team in there that you've noticed as, I like this team a lot? I don't think everybody's on this team. Anything like that? Anything to give us tips on 2 hours before the deadline?
Yeah. Nope. You know, I was just looking at my bracket. I don't have like any double-digit seeds going really far.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not really good at these things. I didn't do them when I was covering college basketball, and I was voting in the AP poll. But one of the things I always heard was, you know, you're going to get that Cinderella every once in a while, but don't pick too many double-digit seeds to go far because that'll really ruin your bracket.
Yeah.
So there's a couple in the first round that I really like, and these aren't really huge upsets. They're 10-7s. Like I've got Nevada beating Dayton, and I've got New Mexico beating Clemson. Those are both you know, tough matchups. I think there's one to really look out for. I think in terms of an upset, and that's Kansas.
Yeah.
You know, they're really banged up right now with their guys, and Stanford's a really good team. You know, kind of familiar with them. They used to be in the OVC, which is the league that Eastern's in.
Ah, okay.
And they always had that, you know, like that Princeton offense. They're really disciplined with what they do, and they do a lot of misdirection and tricky. So that's going to be a tricky game for Kansas for sure.
Well, I think Kansas was ranked 336th on bench points, so they're not getting much help off the bench. Getting like 12 points a game off the bench, and I think Dickinson's banged up, and I think their point guard's hurt. So, yeah, Kansas is vulnerable, I would sure think, but this is when he'll make another run. Watch this. It's just crazy. It's just hard to pick. And in New Mexico, that game you mentioned, that's actually 11-6. New Mexico's the 11, but New Mexico's favored. Marcus.
I have New Mexico going on, especially with Rob Judson on earlier this week.
Rob was on earlier and liked New Mexico, too. He said, watch out for that New Mexico team. That's the thing that's so great about this, Marcus Jackson, is you've got teams nobody's heard of, but they're really good players out there.
Yeah, especially, you know, one of the things that you heard on Selection Sunday was that the Mountain West Conference felt like it was a little bit undervalued. And that's really good basketball they play out there. And, you know, a lot of their teams just didn't feel like they got the respect that they deserved. And people don't stay up late to watch Mountain West games on the CBS Sports Network. So I think some people are going to, you know, start to learn a little bit this week about, you know, what that league's all about. And we saw Colorado State the other night when their opening round game. So there's some really good basketball teams. I think people will be pleasantly surprised at how good those teams are out there.
All right, so what's your assessment of our Illini, Marcus Jackson?
Well, it's a really fun team to watch. I think first and foremost, that's the thing. And going into the season, they talked a lot about positional size, getting older, and all that stuff is really kind of showing its head at this time of the season. And it's really encouraging to see. There was that that slip up at Penn State late in the season, and they bounced back from that. Had a pretty good showing against Purdue at home, but just you really couldn't pull that one out. But for them to go into the Big Ten tournament and play the way that they did and face some adversity, they were down double digits in all of those games and come back and win. It just goes to show that really what they were going for was having some veteran guys who could stay poised and step up in the big moment, and they really did that. And I'm looking forward to seeing that show its head in the NCAA tournament. It's a really fun team to watch with a lot of different ways that they can beat you and attack you. So I've just been excited watching them and really looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do this weekend and hopefully beyond.
How would you guard Terrence Shannon Jr.? How would you the guy from Wisconsin, the 7-foot guy, had like 20 feet getting ready, and there was no stopping him. Is he that fast and quick that is NBA fast and quick, do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who the best defender in the NBA is, and if you're able to get that guy on the court, then put him on Terrence Shannon.
Right.
There really is. There's nothing you can do, and you're watching it, from Illinois lands, and you're glad he's on your team. But if you're on the other team and he's in transition and he's going down, and your guys are trying to get in the way, like, what are you supposed to do? And if he's hitting the three like he was last weekend, he's impossible to guard. I mean, because you gotta plan for him getting by you, and now you gotta respect the jump shot too, and that's just a recipe for disaster if you're on defense.
Well, every time Illinois gets a defensive rebound, I just go, Terrence, give it to him. Terrence, just give it to him. And he's got three guys in front of him. He just slides through them. It's a remarkable skill. And what a weekend, as you mentioned. But Marcus Damas, could we have ever expected a kid from Southern, who's a very good player, turn into that?
I don't think so. I think they anticipated a version of this, but he's probably far exceeded anything that they expected to get from him. And just his patience, the way he plays, his footwork, he's smart. He attacks, weaknesses and defenses. And I think it's really helped to have the guys around him that he does. He's got, like you mentioned, Terrence Shannon, Quincy Gary. When he's knocking down shots, he can be really dangerous. And they've just got so many different weapons that you can't, double team either of those guys because, the other one's going to beat you. So, everything they've gotten out of him, we heard a lot about him coming out of Southern Illinois. He was a 1,600-point scorer there. And for that to translate to the Big Ten the way that it has, it's been outstanding.
And again, Coleman Hawkins. I mean, what who's 6'11" can do what he does? I mean, it's listen. This is a fun team to watch, and I get it. I understand how the NCAA works, but man, I think we'd be kind of due to make a little run, huh?
You would think. It's about that time. It's been 19 years since they got to the second, and I think. Everyone's been saying it these past couple of years. They've had some tough draws in the tournament in the past few years, but you just got to keep getting there and giving yourself chances, and eventually it's gonna pop if you continue to doing things the right way and putting yourself in a position to do it. So why not have it be this year and hope that continues to go forward as Brad continues his tenure here.
Well, Marcus Jackson, now that I got the number, and I kept telling Megan I'm going to call Marcus, and of course never happened. So last night I said we got to do this tomorrow. So anyway, let's do this again. But you're terrific on the radio. You know so much, and great catching up. You spent how many years with the News Gazette?
I was at the News Gazette for 12 years.
Wow. Well, you did great work there in sports and just general writing as a journalist. Very talented. All-State, the benefactor now, ladies and gentlemen. Keep up your fine work, Marcus Jackson. Let's talk again soon. But, again, if you come to CrossFit, I'll tell you what you're doing. You won't be doing the things you think you ought to be doing. I'll scale you a little, and you'll be happy, and you won't get hurt. Come on, man. Wait a minute. Come on, man.
It took you about 9 minutes to finally call me, so maybe or 9 months to finally call me. So I'll wait 9 months. Wait 9 months, and I'll see you in the gym.
But you need my voice to say, you ain't doing that, Marcus. We're not doing that today. You're not doing that, Marcus. Hey, put that down, Marcus. Hey, thanks for jumping on. We appreciate you, bud.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks, Diane.
Marcus Jackson, Tapman's Towing phone line, ESPN 93.5. Great to hear his voice, and he knows a ton.
Absolutely. Go Illini.
Such a good guy. He wrote so many great golf articles when the kids were in golf.
Right.
Love Marcus. And his wife, Megan, is
210.
D1 athlete. She played volleyball at Eastern. She was amazing.
Oh, awesome.
All right, gonna check your weather. ESPN 93.5. Stand by. We'll be right back.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. It's a pair of weather systems that'll generate wide-ranging temperatures. No shortage of moisture either in the coming days, particularly into early next week. And if you're traveling to the north, right before and through the Easter holiday weekend, next weekend, heads up on cold and snow there, which winter weather advisory is currently underway far north of Illinois, Wisconsin, back into the northern plains. Just a couple of snow flurries from that system for this morning. Partly sunny for the afternoon, but on the cool side at 45, down at 34 for tonight. Breezy, milder, becoming cloudy. Some shower activity breaks out tomorrow, particularly by afternoon. Highs up to 62 and a gusty south-southwesterly wind into the 30s tomorrow night with some evening shower activity and a breezy, much cooler day on Saturday, partly cloudy, and 46. But then popping back into the 50s on Sunday, 62 on Monday with some showers, a couple of thunderstorms, more rain Tuesday in the 50s. Highs next Wednesday and Thursday close to 50, and another active weather pattern and system ahead for next weekend, the Easter holiday weekend. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The job market appears to be holding up with little change. There were 210,000 new claims for unemployment benefits last week, down 2,000 from the revised number for the previous week. Another report from the Philadelphia Federal Reserve found business activity improved this month. The reading was stronger than forecast. Today, the Bank of England, like the Fed yesterday, left interest rates unchanged. The Fed has signaled it intends to cut rates 3 times this year. Switzerland today became the first major central bank to start lowering interest rates. Airline top executives, Boeing's biggest U.S. customers, are requesting a meeting with Boeing's board to express concerns about production problems. The Wall Street Journal says Boeing's chairman, Larry Kellner, will meet with key U.S. customers as soon as next week. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jen Coselda, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. Listen to the all-new Bret Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, talking to lawmakers weekly from opposite sides of the political spectrum about the issues of the day and how Americans can find common ground in a politicized world.
That's just not happening on Capitol Hill. It takes leadership, right?
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Along with all your Bret Baier favorites like the campaign, the candidates, the all-star panel, and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Celebrate the Big Ten champion Fighting Illini during March Madness at Pia's. Watch all the NCAA tournament action on Pia's multiple flat screens. Enjoy specials on buckets of beer with your choice of Coors Light, Miller Lite, or Dos Equis. Pia's, home of the Slugger Burger, will be serving up all your favorite ball game food. Don't forget the famous fish sandwich, available every Friday 11 to 7 p.m., and the Big Tito's Bloody Mary for all those early games. See you at Pia's. Go Illini.
We have our Fisher National Bank text line, and president of Fisher National Bank is actually in Philo. A spotting of Ryan Heiser. How are you?
I'm doing well, Stevie. Thanks for having me this morning.
A little nervous. Are you nervous about the 2:10 tip-off today with Illinois taking on Morehead State?
I don't think I'm nervous. I think I'm more excited. I think this is a game that we should be able to win, but we've said that before and came out with a loss. But yeah, really excited to see the tip-off.
We can score the ball, man.
You bet we can.
I know. And see, Fisher National Bank, all, employees that are practically family to you.
Oh, yeah.
And you just kind of embrace the March Madness.
Fisher National Bank's a local bank.
Yeah.
It is really, you're talking about.
Yeah, we're deeply rooted in Champaign and Vermilion County.
Yeah.
And, very, very much family-oriented, smaller in nature, but yet still big enough to provide the services we need.
So friendly when it comes to this March Madness and the brackets and, the viewing. It's like most business people, I think, today just kind of say.
Well, it's just
people are going to be watching this.
You're going to watch Illinois today. I mean, it's and if you fight it, you're making a mistake.
Right.
Right.
A few years ago, I was reading some stats talking about how unproductive employees were, during March Madness. So you might as well embrace it.
That's
you know what
right.
I mean? Like if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Absolutely,
Let's have some fun
Ryan.
doing it.
All right, so when you're talking about Muhammad Music Festival, Fisher National Bank's very involved in this summer. Why?
Well, Stevie, that started probably back in 2012, I think, when we had the opportunity to be a presenting sponsor with the music festival. You know, it's Muhammad's biggest event, and as a community bank, that's something that we believe strongly in, and something that we really wanted to support. So we jumped in 2 feet in, back in 2012, and we've been the presenting sponsor ever since.
That's awesome.
Muhammad Music Festival will be August 23rd and 24th in downtown on the Main Street. For those of us who are kind of new to the scene, to me, this is one of the premier festivals in the area. And greatly because things are free and you can enjoy, and people come from all around and can see and hear the music on the stage. And they've got some terrific acts. Greatly because this is free because of Fisher National Bank sponsoring.
Sure, and we're not the only sponsor, Diane. So, like we've got Darwin Boston's State Farm Stage and Tapman's Towing. He has a VIP package, so folks can buy those packages and be closer to the stage and have some little extra amenities. But we have a lot of sponsors along the way, and that's what makes this a free event. So we have, smaller sponsors that just do ads, and then we've got bigger booth sponsors, and the Ryan Dallas team is a wristband sponsor. So it really is a community event, and a lot of local businesses pool together to make this happen.
Yeah, but Dylan Scott isn't free, right? You have to pay to go see.
That's true.
Right? I mean, Dylan Scott's a big act, isn't it?
Yeah, Dylan Scott's probably one of our biggest acts.
I mean, it's a big time guy. This guy's voice is crazy. I mean, it's unbelievable what he...
Yeah, thank you, Stevie. I know US 1059 plays Dylan Scott a lot. New Truck is one of his hits. Can't Have Mine, Nobody, and this song is My Girl.
Listen to this voice.
He'll be on stage on Saturday, August 24th.
I think I sound like
Muhammad
this,
Music Fest.
I don't think so.
She looks so pretty with no makeup on. You should hear her talking to her mama.
I think your body looks like him, Brian. You're in shape. You lift weights?
I do lift weights, but I don't know if I'd say I'm in shape.
This guy looks like he's cut.
Yeah.
Anyway, this will be Muhammad.
Yes.
I can go hear him.
August 24th.
It's really awesome.
I got goosebumps just hearing that voice. So we had an experience on US 1059 with a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And the ladies from Paxton just melted. When
Did they?
I mean, he has dark hair and pretty blue eyes.
Yeah.
It was just so awesome to see their reaction when he was coming up. And I'm just excited to be introducing him with Stevie Jay Broadcasting's US 1059 as our country station. So, and actually we have Christian FM 95.3 in our cluster, and they have a headliner for the afternoon act. Christian music artist Cochran and Company will be coming in, and they've got some terrific hits that date back to 2021 with Running Home and Church, Take Me Back, One Day, and Who Can. So again, it's free because you're walking around, you're enjoying all these vendors on the downtown street, and so many businesses in Muhammad participate and sponsor and volunteer. I love that.
Yeah, we get a lot of support from the entire community. We've got organizations out there like the Rotary Club and the Chamber of Commerce, local businesses. They supply staff and everybody comes together and really pulls this thing off. I also want to throw out the Village of Muhammad. They do a really good job of hosting the event. And they provide staff and they spend a lot of times, leading up to the event, the week before and the week after, cleaning the streets and mowing grasses and making sure that we're ready to have a beautiful festival.
Awesome.
That's right.
Ryan Heiser, how can people learn more about Fisher National Bank?
Go online, check us out on Facebook or social media, or give me a shout.
Friendly.
I'll be happy to tell you our story.
I think you exemplify what you're about. It's just like, cool dude, nice guy, going to get it done, interested in your life, interested in what they can do to help you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, all of us grew up in small town, and so we try to practice what we preach.
Good stuff. It's Ryan Heiser, president of Fisher National Bank. Thanks for your support of this festival, Muhammad, in August. We're looking forward to it, hearing this guy's voice.
And I love that you guys have that free rewards checking and so many different options and lending So again, FisherNational.com for details.
All right, that's Ryan Heiser in our studio in Final. Got another smoke show coming up. We got Tim Onstall standing by with something great, and he'll be here in a week. Less than a week.
That's right.
Next
on Wednesday.
One of the greatest smoking barbecueologists ever going to be doing something outside our studio in a week. Can't wait.
Join us for the third annual Inspire Your Wedding Showcase at the Orpheum, Saturday, March 23rd, 2 to 5 p.m. in Champaign, Illinois. With the passion for the wedding industry, I wanted to bring a different format to Central Illinois vendors and couples. Our premier wedding expo is an interactive, immersive, and inspirational experience to connect, learn, and book wedding vendors, as well as learn new 2024 trends, get inspired table design looks, bridal, groom, mom fashion ideas, and walk away with a swag bag filled with goodies. Head to inspireyour.com to get your showcase ticket.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Take a look around your home. Is it finally ready for some much-needed updates? If you don't know where to start, then just meet with one of our experts. We'll help you find the perfect waterproof plank floor for your kitchen or that stain-resistant, super soft carpet for your bedroom. Finish your room update with a custom sofa and chairs, or choose a trendy in-stock dining set that's priced right. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. 4 more flights chartered by the state of Florida are expected to bring Americans back there from Haiti today, escaping gang violence and governmental collapse. The State Department's getting people across the border to the Dominican Republic a few at a time.
U.S. chartered helicopter flights continue to free up to 30 Americans a day. And the task at hand is daunting. Officials say nearly 1,600 Americans have registered with the State Department as of yesterday, seeking a way to get out of the chaos.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Ireland's leader yesterday, Vietnam's president today say they're stepping down.
Prime Minister Varadkar says he's no longer the man for the job, and President Twong's called it quits amid a corruption probe. While good relations with the Irish seem guaranteed, the US will watch Vietnam carefully as it weighs up its rivalry with China.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Tong just took office 13 months ago when the previous president resigned. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Voter turnout much lower than expected for Illinois primary elections this week. The president and former President Trump won the state's presidential primary. State Supreme Court Justice Joy Cunningham expected to win her bid for a full term as she won the Democratic primary. Champaign School District Board of Education now down another member. Mark Tees resigned yesterday from the board in an email Tuesday night. The 7-member board now has 5. Earlier this month, another board member, Jamar Brown, resigned from his position. The Board of Education working to appoint his seat. A 17-year-old male from Savoy arrested in connection to a shooting Monday night. Champaign County Sheriff's Office responded to shots fired near Prairie Fields Park. Deputies searched the area for evidence of a shooting and found shell casings in the intersection, Gentian and Prairie Rose. They also found a parked car unrelated to the incident that had been damaged by the gunfire. And that's a check of what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana this Saturday, and it's a pair of weather systems that'll generate a complexity of weather, wide-ranging weather and temperatures too across the Midwest, East Central Illinois included here in the coming days, of which a couple snow flurries around for this morning. Partly sunny for the midday and afternoon. On the cool side of 45, light northeast to east wind 34 in the low tonight. Tomorrow back into a cloudy, breezy, milder mode, and a couple of showers both morning, more so for the afternoon. Highs up to 62. Showers wind down early tomorrow night. Winds turn to the north, low down to 33, and a breezy, much cooler Saturday. Partly cloudy 46, but then popping back into the 50s on Sunday. Lower 60s Monday, 50s Tuesday, and into early next week. Widespread showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Brief drying next Wednesday and Thursday. Highs will be closer to about 50 degrees. Looks like another system of rain, perhaps even a touch of snow over next weekend. That's the Easter holiday weekend. We'll keep you posted. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Basketball star Dane Danger on Living at Pacifica on Green.
Hi, I'm Dane Danger.
Pacifica living here is just very convenient. You know, a lot of things are around. A lot of my classes are around the corner. There's a lot of food and things over here. My facility is down the street as well. So, you know, for me, it's just very convenient. I'm staying in here by myself, so I have a lot of space to myself. You know, it's good for me.
The ultimate in student housing, Pacifica on Green at pacificaongreen.com.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
And now, a brand new show called Smoke, where we help you with your grill and making the best meat ever. With award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt. Smoke in Tim's Grill. He's the best brisket maker ever. Smoke in Tim's Grill. And now award-winning competition pitmaster Tim Onstadt, who will be in downtown Philo this coming Wednesday to do a practice smoke. Because you got something in early April, is that right?
We're considering going to a contest in April. I don't like to cook in April. Weather is too unpredictable.
Well, it's spring training then for you next Wednesday in Philo is essentially what you're saying here. It's a practice.
We're gonna pitch a simulated game.
Let's go.
Okay, very
I love
good.
it. And that means chicken, pork, brisket, and ribs.
Not in that order. But
Right.
yes.
Brisket is always the finale.
How do you
'cause that
come up
takes
with?
so long.
How do you come up with the starting lineup? What does it matter between like if it's pork or chicken? How does that work? Just timing?
They in the KCBS contest, they have a specific order and time you have to turn in. If you're 1 second late on a meet, you're disqualified.
What?
Yep.
What? By who? The world clock? Who would judge it? Bob's watch is off. Okay, come on.
They have an atomic clock that
No kidding.
they
That's
walk
crazy.
around and show you the time, and you have to be on that time.
So if Diane's not here on time, I can use the atomic clock excuse. Where you been? The atomic clock says you're a second late. Anyway, that's really cool. So you'll be here early because you have to. We're talking about 3:00 in the afternoon. On the drive is when you're going to introduce meats. And
right,
again, in the participation, we're not sure who's going to be here because Illinois, if we win this weekend, which we hope we do,
right.
Derek will be on the road somewhere. But Lonte should be here, Kyle Tosk, I'll be here, Diane will be here.
Right, we're not really sure, and this is the first year we've done this. I just got a suggestion that we have some lemonade stand or some drinking options of lemonade.
Yeah, this isn't. Let me just make this clear. This isn't a public thing necessarily. It is kind of a showcase,
right?
So it's Tim practicing for the big. Tim and Donna are the best two according to the. Let's see. Yep, national rankings. You and Donna number one this morning. Good job. So this isn't like public come and eat. This is like let's talk about it on the air and the process of it all and learn a little that way. And of course, us as judges will eat because we have to.
Sounds good.
We have to make sure it's good.
Yeah, the health department doesn't like us selling meat without a permit.
No, we're not going to get into any of that. So what we'll do is we'll just have you, and the smoke will filter to downtown Philo, which will be cool.
Yeah, smells are free, and Stevie, you know me, I can talk barbecue forever. So if and I get information from people too. I pick up tips and things that other people are doing, and I'll try them. We're going to throw. This is simulated game, so we may come out with a different curveball. We're going to try a couple of things that we haven't done before, just to see how it works.
Yeah, right.
And looking for a lot of fun. We have a box being delivered today from Mr. Brisket in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm trying something new there. All the competition meats are in that box. And Hank Kornblatt, who is the owner of Mr. Brisket, has told me that it is good stuff. We're going to be able to cook it up right. So we're going to see if we can cut down on some of our prep time by getting the right meat right away.
Okay, so and you're going to light the fire by 8 in the morning, meaning you'll set up by 6 or so? I mean, you'll be in downtown Philo setting it up. That's the process that you guys, when you compete, This is a long weekend for you. And, oh, by the way, Gail wants to see you Monday, man. What the heck? This is crazy.
It's normally a 3 or 4 day ordeal, and we're going to do it in about 12 hours, I think.
Crazy.
We normally light the fire at 5 in the morning to start turn-ins at noon.
Okay.
So if we bump that timeline, we're going to have to light the fire at 8 to start turning at 3.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to come, I mean, we'll show them how a 3-hour brisket flat is done.
Okay.
We're going to cook those same timelines. The meat will be on the smoker the same as we always cook it.
Man, and don't you have hotter spots on it than others? I mean, do you know your hot spots?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you learn that? How do you learn that?
The biscuit test. You pop open a can of biscuits and set it around in your smoker, heat it up, run it. You can tell by the golden brown on the briskets, the hot spots. The lighter colored biscuits will be in a cool spot. We've done that on this smoker and know where everything's at, hopefully.
Dang, I would eat the brisket. I mean, I would eat the biscuit. I would eat the biscuit with butter. That's what I'd be looking for.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
Oh, man, that's a good tip. So any grill you get, you could always do a biscuit test based on what temperature you want. So that's a good idea.
Yep.
Okay, then if I guess we're ready to go. Next Wednesday morning and all day, Tim will be here.
And one other thing for Diane, she's kind of high on this corned beef thing, and I was right. Corned beef is just a cured brisket that's cured in salt and sugar and spices for 5 to 7 days, and then it's cooked. Most of the time, it's boiled or cooked in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
If you smoke it, it becomes pastrami.
I see. I am a pastrami fan too. I didn't realize they were kind of
Didn't
related.
even know it.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I'm in New York City, I love a pastrami sandwich.
So
Yummy.
what's up? Dixie Chopper, you had something you were talking about, but a couple of guys came in like within hours.
Really?
Yeah. I went
Nobody has showed up with
Oh.
nobody has showed up with a check yet.
Oh.
And I was wrong last week. I said it was a Excalibur. It is a classic 72-inch deck. First check gets it. One guy said he was coming in soon. So
Well, this is the one that was like $10,000 off or something nuts, right? I mean,
it's a classic. So those retail right now. We have a brand new classic. MSRP is $18,224 on it, and we're going to let this one go for $10,000. It's got 70 hours on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so that's again. If nobody's brought you a check, so the gate's still open here.
The gate is still open.
Okay, all right, that's a great deal. How about Gail Frericks? You guys driving everywhere and taking care of your guys? Everything good?
Yeah, we are. After I get done with you, I'm heading to Urbana to do driver orientation this morning, and that still leaves us a spot open if anybody out there wants to make some money, get good home time, work with people that are caring and fun, I guess.
Yeah, good.
How can they connect with you, Tim?
And we'll feed them once in a while too.
That's a huge perk. Huge. How can they reach you?
They can get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call our office at 765-793-7131. Or you can stop in a dedicated diesel and see Mandy or Andy, and they can hook you up.
Yep, you the man, my friend. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you Wednesday.
Tell Greg to get us some good weather. I don't like cooking in snow and cold.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we haven't really looked at that.
It'll be colder.
Don't want to jinx it.
Dang it.
Yeah, make a note of that.
Yeah, we will. Thank you. Appreciate you, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That's Tim Onstad, ESPN 93.5, 842. It'll be fun to have him around. And be fun to smell that meat all day, too.
That's Wednesday, March 27th after 3. And, of course, the MLB season the next day, where ESPN 93.5, your home for the Cardinals, will start out the season on the West Coast against the LA Dodgers. And across the hallway on US 105.9, your home for the Cubs, we've got the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Underground Solutions. Are you tired of dealing with leaky faucets, basement flooding, bursting or leaking pipes? From plumbing maintenance and repairs to installing new water heaters and sump pumps, our goal is to get you up and running as soon as possible. At Lands Plumbing, we have 24/7 emergency service and a team of highly skilled professionals that will work with you to get the job done right the first time. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Are you tired of getting the short end of the stick and always being stuck with cold water for your showers? Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing is here to help. With current tax incentives and rebates, you can save up to $900 on a high-efficiency tankless water heater, unlimited hot water, and saving on your energy bills. It seems like the best gift you could give your home. With the current promotion of 0% financing for qualified applicants, you can't afford not to call. 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost?
Nothing. Come on. For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freak and chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Looking for a place to host a corporate meeting, intimate gathering, or a large-scale celebration? If so, the University of Illinois' Alice Campbell Alumni Center offers the perfect space and staff to make your function a success. A few rooms offered at the center include the Elegant Ballroom, the Richmond Family Gallery, and the Premier and Professional Executive Boardroom. For more information on renting a space at the Alice Campbell Alumni Center, visit uiaa.org/alumni-center or call 1-800-355-2580. Go Illini!
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bring on spring. Get the light and delicious Greek pizza, topped with premium mozzarella, feta, new sliced Kalamata olives, diced tomatoes, mild peppers, and red onions. It's the best Detroit-style pizza around with a crispy, crunchy, cheesy crust to the edge. Hurry in and enjoy a large Greek Detroit-style pizza for $16.99. Code word Greek. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC. Dicey.
All right, quick check of sports headliner 3, Diane Ducey.
The East Region in Omaha with a 2:10 start. Number 3 seed Illinois taking on number 14 seed Morehead State. Comments from Coach Brad Underwood regarding Terrence Shannon Jr.
He's becoming more consistent as a player. I think the one thing that's to answer your question, no, I'm not at that. Not 40 points, 34. I mean, he's had some individually big games, but it was called upon for him to do that. He's becoming very consistent. As he's been with us a second year, the NBA process was great for him. He listened.
Yeah, and he got better. And so here we go, 2:10, Illinois and Morehead State. Let's win and keep going.
The play-in games had Grambling moving on along with Colorado. In case you're like me and still kind of filling out the bracket and getting in the zone, we all started off with Michigan State and Mississippi State in the 11 o'clock hour. So here we go, baby, the March Madness.
Come on.
And don't forget, don't get worn out on our Illini and supporting, because the Illini women with the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament at 6 o'clock tonight here at home at the State Farm Center against Missouri State. So go Illini all around. We had our Parklands women's basketball team finish up in their postseason at 26-6. So we had the Pacers beating Detroit. And tonight we'll have the Bulls at Houston and Brooklyn in Milwaukee to face the Bucks. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
All-star Isaiah Williams on why he lives at Pacifica on Green in Champaign.
Everything is literally luxury, and the price that you getting this stuff for is crazy. Like one of the nicest apartments complexes I've done seen, from the moment you walk into the building to the elevators to when you get in the room. Everything is just luxury, top notch, and you getting it for a good price.
To learn more about it or book a tour, go to pacificaongreen.com.
Illini fans, this year we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Memorial Stadium for the 2024 Fighting Illini football season. Season tickets for the 2024 football season are on sale now, and Illini fans who renew their season tickets by February 1st are eligible to win amazing prizes, memorabilia, and experiences. Secure your season tickets for Homecoming, Dad's Day, and a special rededication of Memorial Stadium on October 19th against Michigan. Visit fightingillini.com for more information.
Join us for the 3rd annual Inspire Your Wedding Showcase at the Orpheum, Saturday, March 23rd, 2 to 5 p.m. in Champaign, Illinois. With a passion for the wedding industry, I wanted to bring a different format to Central Illinois vendors and couples. Our premier wedding expo is an interactive, immersive, and inspirational experience to connect, learn, and book wedding vendors, as well as learn new 2024 trends, get inspired table design looks, bridal, groom, mom fashion ideas, and walk away with a swag bag filled with goodies. Head to inspireyour.com to get your showcase ticket.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for you. Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. It's a pair of weather systems that'll generate wide-ranging temperatures. No shortage of moisture either in the coming days, particularly into early next week. And if you're traveling to the north, right before and through the Easter holiday weekend, next weekend, heads up on cold and snow there, which winter weather advisory is currently underway far north Illinois, Wisconsin, back into the northern plains. Just a couple of snow flurries from that system for this morning. Partly sunny for the afternoon, a bit on the cool side at 45, down at 34 for tonight. Breezy, milder, becoming cloudy. Some shower activity breaks out tomorrow, particularly by afternoon. Highs up to 62 and a gusty south-southwesterly wind. Into the 30s tomorrow night with some evening shower activity and a breezy, much cooler day on Saturday, partly cloudy, and 46. But then popping back into the 50s on Sunday, 62 on Monday with some showers, a couple of thunderstorms, more rain Tuesday in the 50s. Highs next Wednesday and Thursday close to 50. And another active weather pattern and system ahead for next weekend, the Easter holiday weekend. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
You have money laying all around your your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yeah, well, okay, so no drive this afternoon because of the Illini game, and everybody's going to be watching, including Lon and Kyle, and that would be like a really,
I know.
really rough
It'd
thing
just
to
be
do,
them
watching the game.
Actually looking at the commentary.
Oh, come on, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's
not
just
very fun for a listener.
So we think that the people who listen to the drive are going to be watching the ball game.
That's right.
So, and that's fine. True TV has it. At 2:10 is a tip. And away we go, playing in Omaha, Nebraska. And if we win, we get a stay. And I think it's, I don't even know. I don't care.
I don't either.
We play the winner of BYU and Duquesne, who play before us.
Right.
And then we'll see. We'll hopefully get to play Saturday.
And hopefully it's a well-placed game because I've got the showcase coming up for those involved in weddings at the Orpheum between 2 and 5. And then the Battle of the Badges at the U of I ice rink, which is essentially a 5 to 8 window of time for me. So all the best to all the organizations who are doing things this weekend as we work with watching the Illini and updating people on the scores.
Okay, we'll be here no matter what tomorrow and recap whatever happens today, but we'll have all the sound and everything you'll be looking for to recap the thing and what we think of it and everything else.
And great to hear that Muhammad Music Fest is bringing on Dylan Scott on August 24th. Ryan Heiser came in from Fisher National Bank, one of the major sponsors.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie Jay. Thanks for listening. Have a great Thursday and go Illini.
Norm Miller here, chairman of Interstate Batteries. You know, without batteries, life would be pretty lifeless. That's why Interstate All Battery Centers carry them in every size, shape, and style so you can drive, drill, call, film, or do whatever it is you want to do. Stop in today. They've got the power to keep you going. Interstate All Battery Center. Outrageously dependable.
Interstate All Battery Center. You'll find them outrageously dependable just over Interstate 74 at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign, with batteries for most every application in stock.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Hi, this is Steve from Good Vibes.
And I'm Luke Goody from your men's basketball team.
So, Luke, you're what, about 6'7"?
Yeah? Why?
up because size matters in basketball and video.
I know it's easier to shoot over a smaller guy.
And it's easier to see every detail on the biggest screen. That's why we brought in Sony's 98-inch Bravia.